to Moca's Nola bells and bows. Where the love runs deep, the fam stays strong, and the bells, they always ring for us. We the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, real ones only, we don't mess around. All love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Moca got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. Just show a real and you already home. Yeah. Pull up to the bells and bows like a Sunday seed. Got peace in the room and the vibe on beat. No drama, no mess, just minds that meet. Introduce yourself in the chat and the mods gon' greet. Real talk, we got brothers and sisters here. Ain't no fake love, every heart sincere. We've been through storms, but the skies stay clear. Loyalty live, that's the chant you hear. Woo! No chaos in the comment section. Just bells with a bond and a bold connection. Safe space, strong face, deep reflection. Mocha, don't fold, that's pure protection. If you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, pull up in the chat, we treat you good. Ain't gotta be loud, just gotta be true. Mocha got the light and we shine with you. Not a panel of pain, it's a platform of pride. Everybody got space and we don't divide. You loyal, you love, that's how we ride. Got a bell and a bow in the name, but a tribe world. From the mods to the lurkers and folks on rewatch. Every tap, every like, we feel it alive. Mocha ain't just a name, it's a vibe you caught. Nola bell, Nola boast, that's a family, not a thought. Bring it loud, we the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, we do. Real ones only, we don't mess around. Real talk, love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Mocha got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. To show a real and you already home. Mocha said that to every bell in the space. Whether you typing, watching, or just vibing, you are this family. And over here, we don't fold, we ring. Ooh, welcome to Moca's.
Hey everybody, welcome, and happy Saturday to each and every one of you. We're back with another one, guys. We are definitely back with another one. And y'all know this conversation, these people, they keep us coming back. And we're going to keep coming back. We're going to keep coming back because they keep giving us things to talk about. Y'all saw the title. Y'all also saw the thumbnail. NaZiyah was failed all of her life. Annette and Shannon, tonight is all about you. It's all about you. What was in that plea deal? Newsflash, y'all. They bargained for their own freedom. But NaZiyah wasn't a priority. So the question we asking tonight, what was really in that plea deal? And Mocha want to know, what exactly was it that you heifers signed off on? That's the questions we have for you all tonight. And I'm pretty sure somebody's going to tag somebody and tag somebody to tag somebody to let them know that I'm talking about them. Yes, they will. But Nola bells and bows, come on up in here. Come on up in here. Because y'all, this is some more bullshit that we got to address. Because Annette and Shannon, Marquita, y'all ain't about to sit up here and play with us on this one. Oh, no, you're not going to do it. Not today. Y'all haven't since day one, but we just want to let y'all know today it ain't going to happen. Because I sit here and I look at this whole situation and try to figure out who exactly is this supposed to make sense to? Because it damn sure ain't making sense to me. It ain't making sense to the Nola Bells and Beaus. You mean to tell me with everything that was going on since 2024, and then all those charges that Jarvis Butts racked up, this is what we end up with? No, hell no. We ain't doing that. And you see, everybody, even me, keeps talking about Jarvis, Jarvis, Jarvis. Today, I don't want to talk about Jarvis. I'm looking at the whole picture, the entire picture. Annette, Shannon, Marquita. Because, baby, tonight I got questions. We all have questions like, what the hell did y'all say behind them closed doors? Because ain't nobody had to testify. And ain't nobody had to get on the stand. So how are we supposed to know what really went on? And that's the part that don't sit well with a lot of us. Because it's given something was worked out. Something was traded off. Something was protected. And y'all think we just supposed to take that and move on? Oh, hell no, we ain't moving on. Because at the end of the day, Nazia was supposed to be the priority. So tonight I want to understand what changed, Annette? What changed, Shannon? What changed, Marquita? Because we need to know. And before we get any further in this, I need to see my people on the porch. Happy Saturday, guys. If you here and you already sitting there like, nah, something ain't right, Moca. Something definitely ain't right. Come on, y'all, drop those eyes in the chat for Moca. If you feel like something ain't right. If you feel something ain't right, let's flood the chat with some eyes. Because we all going to try to figure this out tonight. And tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that too. I see y'all, I see y'all, I see y'all. And I love it. And if y'all still feeling like this story got some missing pieces, because me, I'm all over the place. If y'all feel like this story still have some missing pieces, y'all know what to do. Drop those puzzle pieces in the chat. My beautiful sister, Dr. J, happy Saturday, my love. I see you, boo. Thank you for always man in the chat. Ariane, happy Saturday, my love. I see you. My sister, Rashina, happy Saturday, boo. I see you always showing up and showing out. Simone, welcome, 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 sis. I see you, baby. I see you. Tonight is one of those nights. Wendy, welcome, love. Happy Saturday to you. My girl Marty is up in here. Happy Saturday, baby. Ariane, welcome, welcome. Miss KK, I see you, baby. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you for pulling up on the porch with me this evening. Sunshine, sister, I see you. I see you. Happy Saturday, baby. My girl Roz is up in here. Happy Saturday, boo. Happy Saturday, you all. CM, thank you so very much for that renewed membership. Zachary, welcome, my love. Happy Saturday to you. Cornell, I see you, baby. Happy Saturday. I am covered. Welcome, baby. Happy Saturday to you, sis. Kimberly Earls, Janice Webb, I see you all, beautiful ladies. Happy Saturday and welcome, welcome, welcome. Olie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Essie, I see you in here. Spicy, welcome, my love. Tanya, I see you, boo. Beefy, welcome, boo. Welcome. Yes, Lord. Beefy said for y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button and show support to the channel. Chandra, welcome, my love. I see you, baby. Pretty Wings, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Marty says, stunning. A beautiful child that will never fade. Always an angelic, always loved. And NaZiyah, your name will never be forgotten. NaZiyah, forever young. Very beautiful. Absolutely. Spicy says, is there any way we can find out what was in that plea deal whenever they make it public? And I wonder if they will ever. I wonder if they will ever. But we're going to talk about some things though. Tonight, we're going to definitely talk about some things. Samantha's, I'm covered said, what about the other men who touched her? You know, the other men that they think we don't know about. Beautiful soul. Hey, sister, listen. Annette and Shannon, Marquita, tried to hide so much. When it came down to this baby girl, they tried to hide so much. My beautiful sister, April, I see you, love. Welcome, boo. Happy Saturday. Before I get too deep into this, let me just say, moderators, shout out to y'all. Y'all already know how Moca feels about y'all. Y'all hold this porch down, and I love you all for that. For those of you that's just tuning in and just coming in, please hit the like button for your girl. Make sure you subscribe, share out this live. Those emojis to the right, double tap them for your girl. Let YouTube know that we're live and the porch is active. And if you rocking with the channel, hit that join button for your girl. Support the channel, super chat, super stickers, or support however you see fit. Hitting the like button is support. Double tapping those emojis for Moca is support, and I appreciate it all. Now, y'all already know everything we talk about over here is our personal opinions and thoughts. And our discussion is for awareness and discussion, and we are definitely protected under the Copyright Act of 1976, Section 107. Now, like I was saying, that plea deal, that plea deal, we got a situation. We got a situation, y'all, where first Jarvis, here we had Jarvis. Jarvis facing multiple charges, right? Serious charges. We talking about charges that for most people, they would have been sitting there looking at life. No chance for parole, not no deal, none of that. But instead of this going to trial, we have a plea deal being offered. There's no testimony. There's no trial. No one has to get on the stand. And a lot of what happened never had to be said publicly. And that says a lot. Look at my girl, Love Selfishly. I see you, boo. Welcome. And happy Saturday to you, Natasha. Happy Saturday, my love. So now, from 2024 up until now, we're left with a sentence. Not a full story. We're left with a sentence. But these hoes must not realize that one sentence that they left us with, it done rattle up a whole bunch of damn questions. And we're here to ask them. You mean to tell me, with all them charges Jarvis Butts was sitting on, everything that was tied to this case, you mean to tell me this is what the hell Annette, Shannon, and Marquita agreed upon? Because the only way that plea could have went into play, the only way that plea could have, the sentence that he got, the only way Jarvis could have walked away with what he walked away with is if Annette, Shannon, Marquita, if they signed off on it and said it was okay. So they accepted that shit. So they bargained. They bargained. their freedom for whatever they did not want exposed. See, you got to look at the people that was around Jarvis Butts. He didn't do all this shit by himself. He didn't do all this shit by himself. And plea deals don't just happen. There have to have been many conversations on the back end. Annette was having meetings nobody knew about. Shannon was attending meetings nobody knew about. Marquita going to meetings nobody knew about. They agreed on some shit. They cooperated with the prosecution. And the sad part about it is those meetings, those conversations, those agreements. It's not that Shannon didn't want to sit in that courtroom on sentencing to face Jarvis. She had done faced him previously. She had done faced him previously sitting across the table making deals. So we sit here now and we're scratching our heads, wondering what was said behind those doors. And what makes us wonder what was said behind those doors, because ain't nobody had to testify. And when nobody have to testify, that means nobody got to tell the full truth. Nobody got to tell the full truth. And that's why they worded that damn plea the way they did. Jarvis Butts has to truthfully tell us where Nazia is. Ain't nobody got to tell you shit. Because you done already told him there will be no jury. Y'all done hadn't already decided there will be no trial. Y'all were working it out on the back end. And since nobody got to tell the full truth, that's a problem. That's a problem. Because now we're here thinking, what didn't we hear? What was it that didn't make it to the courtroom? And who didn't have to answer questions they should have answered? And we could stop right there. Because there's a lot of questions that should have been presented to Shannon, Annette, and Marquita that Detroit didn't feel was necessary. Absolutely, Samantha, they set Jarvis up. They set him up. And he set his dumb ass there and accepted it. He sat there and he accepted it. Because one of the main questions for Annette, you sit there and you wanted the world to believe you. You fought hard and you did this, that, and the other. You went through the ringer to adopt Nazia. But the sad part about it is, yes, you adopted her, but you failed the shit out of her. You failed the shit out of her. And there has to be a reason behind that, Annette. Because you didn't just fail her while she was missing. You failed her all the while she was with you. Because from what we know, Annette adopted Nazia at the age of 2. And that was for dollars. And we're going to get that out of the way. That was for money. But why would you adopt her and not care for her? She adopted Nazia. Nazia spent most of her time in Clinton Township, living with Shannon and Jarvis. Drag Racing, I see you, baby. Welcome. She spent all her time in Clinton Township with the Shannon and the Jarvis. That right there is a charge that Annette should have been facing. Neglect. Why would you adopt her and wouldn't care for her? You put her in harm's way. You set that baby up at the age of 2 and you put her in the lion's den. Y'all knew what Jarvis was and you felt it was okay. So that was one of the questions you didn't want to answer. Nazia, that poor baby, has been failed her entire life. Nazia stayed with Shannon up until she got her ass kicked out of Clinton Township. And then when Nazia was old enough to be seen in a different light, moving back in there with Shannon and Annette, because that's where Shannon ended up going, to Annette. And yes, Jarvis was there. Annette looked at Nazia in a different way. She's old enough. She's old enough for me to handle this. So now Nazia starts getting groomed. Belinda, welcome, love. Janice, welcome, baby. Nazia starts getting groomed. Annette, hell ain't hot enough for you. But y'all made some terrible deals behind the door. But I'm going to enlighten you on some things in a little while, Annette, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to enlighten you on some things in a little while. Y'all felt y'all was outsmarting Jarvis' butts. Did y'all not? Y'all thought y'all were saving yourselves, bargaining for y'all freedom, while throwing Jarvis' butts under the bus. But y'all really didn't know who y'all were playing with. Because from where I sit right now, it appears that Jarvis' butts outsmarted y'all. It really appears that Jarvis' butts outsmarted y'all. Chat, let me ask you a question. Gloria, welcome, my love, and happy Saturday. Do y'all feel like that plea deal gave us the full story? If y'all feel like something is missing, grab that puzzle piece. If y'all feel like I don't trust it at all, y'all know, throw them eyes, because I'm always looking. And if some of you may feel that justice is good, justice has been served, drop the justice scales. Because I already see how this is looking. I see your Essie, I see you, boo. And we want to know. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Don't go nowhere, because we about to get into who benefited from that plea deal. Who benefited from the plea deal? Because y'all better know somebody benefited. Pretty Wings said that sweet baby angel was never a priority, thought about or loved by none of them wenches, baby. Them heifers show they natural black ass. You hear me? Because how the hell can you live with yourself? How the hell can you go to sleep? Well, I know how she could go to sleep, because she slept the very first night. I know this hoe could go to sleep. Hey, Greta, welcome, my love. Annette proved to the world that she has no heart. Portia, welcome, boo. Happy Saturday. She has no heart. You gonna fix your ugly lips and come to in front of the world and tell the world she ran away. Hey, Diamond, welcome, baby. Happy Saturday. She ran away. But even if she ran away, Annette, that didn't bother you. It didn't bother you because you went to sleep. And how do you do that, ma'am? How is that possible? How is that possible to go to sleep? Pamela White, welcome, my love. Natural Fit, welcome, baby. How is it possible? And when you did that, you showed us exactly who you are. Arlene, happy Saturday, my love, and welcome to the chat. Tanya says, I don't believe they will ever make that part public. See, because whenever a deal is made, y'all, whenever something like that, something sticky and nasty and dirty like that, when it gets negotiated, Mr. Boston, I see you, love, welcome. Hey, my beautiful niece, welcome, boo. Deborah Crosby, happy Saturday. That part, Tanya, Annette went to sleep and we stayed up. And we're still up. And that bitch still sleeping. Whenever shit gets negotiated like that, hey, Brittany, welcome, baby. Thank you, Mr. Boston. There's always one question that we have to circle back to. We want to know who benefited from it. Because in a situation like this, we know somebody gained something. Somebody avoided something. And somebody else gets thrown away or left behind. Hey, Kim Brown, welcome, baby. Just Mona, welcome. And when you look at this case, as nasty as it been, there was no trial, no testimony, no full breakdown of events. So we got to ask this one question: who the fuck walked away in a better position because of that deal? Who walked away in a better position because of that deal? Because Shannon and Annette and Marquita, they walking around here like everything is just lovely. Jarvis Butts is supposedly unalive. Nazia is nowhere to fucking be found. And these hoes are going to sleep, going to the casino, going to have lemon drop shots. These hoes are doing the most without a worry in the world. Annette sit her ass on that stand in the name of doing a victim impact statement. Bitch, that was not a victim impact statement that you was crumbling in your hand. Because to Moca, hey, Rhapsody, welcome, baby. To Moca, that looked like a fucking letter that you got in the mail from the prosecution telling you what to say, what not to say, what you checked off on, and what you didn't check off on. So did the prosecution guide you on what to say, Annette? Did the prosecution tell you all what would have made you look good? Because if they told you to half snot and a half cry and look the way you looking and forgetting you got a heart and grab your titties instead of your heart, bitch, if they told you that, they failed you miserably. They played you in your face and you didn't even know it. Because all these people thought they wanted was to make the world look like they had a conviction. That's what they did. Mary Spinks, welcome, my love. Because hold on. Because when I look at this shit, I'm not just looking at what Jarvis Butts got. I'm looking at what other people didn't get. Because we got to be real with all of this. We got to be real with all of this. Because there were too many fucking adults involved in this. We got Annette. We got Shannon. We got Marquita. We got Jarvis Butts. We got Eric Gamble. We got King. And how many other men that was around this child? And I will not forget Drake, because he was there too. There were other people who had responsibility. Becca, welcome, my love. There were other people who were supposed to be protecting NaZiyah. And I'm not going to leave NaZiyah's fucking biological mother out. Because as much as they lied on that stand and said they had no relationship with her or they didn't see her, they lied. Because they contradicted themselves later. Oh, she showed up on this day. Oh, yeah, NaZiyah spent time with her then. So make up your mind. Are you telling the truth or are you lying at times? So you have to ask yourself, all of these grown-ass people around NaZiyah, how is it that all of this shit happened the way it happened? And the only person we supposed to focus on is Jarvis? Fuck no. Y'all ain't about to make me believe that. Y'all ain't about to make me sit in that shit. Y'all ain't about to make me ignore the fact that Annette, Shannon, and Marquita, those three hoes right there, y'all not gonna make me believe that these bitches ain't the ones that's most responsible. Jarvis did what he did, but Jarvis could only do what he do because they allowed him to damn do it. And that's the way we have to look at that. That's the way we have to look at that. Cornell said, I want him to get Shannon and Annette so bad. And please don't forget Marcus, because Marcus' ass got to go too. Marcus was a neglectful ass mother. How the fuck you sit up there? How the fuck you sit up there and lose your children? You lose your children because you want to be nasty and accept what your mother say is okay. Bitch, you supposed to be a grown motherfucker. But your mama say do this. So you do what your mama say. You sacrifice your children because that's what your mama said. That's what your mama said. You bunch of illiterate ass, overgrown ass. No. Child. Because we gonna talk about it. We will definitely talk about it. Marty says, Annette, Shannon, how are you begging? Going on social media. You got begging competition. Oh, shit. Still living up in the NaZiyah name. The baby girl you never loved. Care about y'all. Marty. Annette ain't shit. Annette ain't shit. Because not once since any of this took place. Hey, Marquisha, welcome, my love. Delta Blue, welcome. Listen, my thing is, they allowed this shit, right? Annette never once made a public appearance willfully about her grandchild. No tears, no emotions, no nothing. Shannon didn't give a fuck. Shannon was more hurt, more upset, and more mad that Jarvis was locked up than NaZiyah being gone. Right? Because Shannon had a thing, not for NaZiyah. Shannon had a big, big thing for Jarvis. Shannon saw NaZiyah as a competition, and that's a goddamn shame. It's a shame. And we're supposed to be okay with that? And you mean to tell me, Detroit, y'all looking at this shit? Prosecution, y'all looking at all of this shit? Because y'all on social media every day. Y'all on social media every day. Y'all heard what's been out in these streets. Y'all seen some of the evidence. And you mean to tell me you still let them get by like this? Something is terribly wrong. Something is terribly wrong. CPS needs to be handled. DPD. I fault y'all to a fault. I can't lay it all on DPD. And I'm going to tell y'all why. You know, and I know everybody's not going to agree. But this is how I look at DPD. Although I know they fucked up too, right? But who y'all think DPD is getting their orders from? That's number one. That's number one. Who do y'all think they're getting their orders from? And not only that, but we can't lay the burden of it all in DPD's lap because DPD did not get the report, the notification, none of that NaZiyah was missing until 30 plus days later. Right? Miss Jackson, I see you, my love. 30 some days later, DPD gets it. And that was calculated. Annette knew exactly what she was doing. And that's my first thing. How the hell do y'all think? If you all think Annette should have been charged, let me put this the right way. If you all feel Annette should have been charged for taking her fucking ass to sleep that night and not reporting NaZiyah as to not coming home that night on January 9th, you all feel she should have been charged with that, light this bitch up with some fire. Light it up with some fire if you feel Annette should have took the heat for not reporting NaZiyah that night. That's a charge in itself. Look at Mr. Boston, lighten it up. Lighten it up, lighten it up. She should have took the heat. That should have been the first charge on Annette. Let me tell you where the second charge. See, Annette should have had charge as long as my goddamn arms. Let me tell you where the second charge for Annette should have came in at. The second charge for Annette should have came in when Annette did decide to go and report NaZiyah for not showing up. Annette went report that baby as a fucking runaway to the school. That's 2 charges in one. So now, Annette, within 24 hours, bitch, you done racked up 3 charges. That's 3. So y'all see where I'm going with this. Annette set her ragged ass with that ugly wig behind them closed doors with those people, and she negotiated her freedom. Because I'm pretty goddamn sure those people knew Annette had a slew of charges that she could have been charged with. And Annette, I ain't finished with your ugly ass. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shaped bitch. Listen, Annette. The next charge they should have really charged your ass with When DPD finally got the case, when they finally got the case, and they came to you and suggested you do a press conference, you declined. You did not want to do a press conference. And you thought you was going to get away with that. That was a red flag for DPD, and it should have charged your ass anyway. And they told you if you did not do the press conference, they was going to lock your ass up. They were going to lock your ass up for withholding information. They was going to lock your ass up because they felt like you was part of the problem. So far, Annette, that's fine. Can we go a little further? Annette, when you did do the press conference, right? You set your raggedy ass there, and this is what you said. Anybody decent that wants justice and wants to know the whereabouts of their loved ones, they would get up there pleading, reach out to me, come home, anything. Not you. You stood your raggedy ass there, Annette, and you said these exact words. Y'all don't know why y'all took her. Y'all don't even know what's going on. Nazia could be in danger. Annette, they should have slapped a charge on top of that heavy ass wig, bitch. Because now that's a second lie. You get your ass there doing a press conference and you telling the world somebody kidnapped Nazia. That's what you're telling them. Because you said y'all don't know why y'all took her. Y'all don't even know what's going on. Who is y'all? And just days prior to that, you said she was a runaway. So who is y'all? See, Annette, the charges keep growing with you, ma'am. That's 8. So let's circle back to your fucking house. Let's go back to your house. You should have been charged with child neglect. You should have been charged with child neglect. Because you allowed all of that predatory behavior in your home. Because Annette, weren't you one of the ones picking her up, dropping her off from the shop? Weren't you one of those? You knew what was going on in your home. You knew that. So Annette, that's number 9. Child endangerment. You knew Jarvis' history. Every man that walked through your door, you knew their history. You even knew your own fucking history, bitch. Your children ones too. But you allowed that around these vulnerable children. You allowed it. You allowed them around your own brother. Endangerment. So far in that, I got 11 charges on. 11. Child abuse. That's 12 charges in that. And let's not talk about all the counts of perjury that you did on that fucking stand that follows it. So Annette should have been under the jail by now. And these ain't no light charges, y'all. So I'm sitting here like, who the fuck really avoided that smoke? Because it's given Annette cooperated. It's given Annette made a deal. It's given Annette made sure certain things did not come out. And in exchange for that, she got to walk a little lighter. And if that's the fucking case, we know she benefited from that plea deal. Everything that she thought she could have said on Jarvis, she said it. So Annette, your charges, Shannon charges, Marquita charges, all you hoes should have been under the jail. And now, since y'all say Jarvis Butts done unalived himself, which Moca really don't believe, guess what? Guess what? And I'm going to say this, and then I'm coming to these comments because I see y'all active up in here. And as active as y'all are, make sure y'all tapping those emojis to the right for your girl. Let me say this. Now, with all the charges we just discussed with Miss Annette and that plea deal she had to sign off on for Jarvis to get the charges that he got, right? Now, if I'm wrong, I need somebody in this chat to please correct me because Mocha's not always right. She bargained with the devil, number one. She set Jarvis up and sold him to, sold him off. That's what she did to save herself, her and Shannon and Marquita. Now, the word is Jarvis is no longer here. That's what they want us to believe. So since Jarvis is no longer here, right? Since Jarvis is no longer here, and there was no trial. See, I believe Annette charges, they disappeared because she had to tell on Jarvis so there would be no trial. My question to you all in the chat, is it possible? Do you all believe it's possible now that Jarvis is supposedly expired? Do you all believe that Annette charges come back to light? I'll wait. I'll wait because now Jarvis ain't serving no time. Now Jarvis is supposed to be gone. Now that means Annette, your charges should still be active, bitch. You, Shannon and Marquita. Y'all charges should still be very, very active. And if they're not active, something is wrong in Detroit. Something is wrong in Detroit. And y'all done gave Jarvis Butts, what, 35 to 60? Y'all should serve them, bitch. Y'all should serve them. Now, Chad, I need y'all to chime in. Let me know what y'all feel about Jarvis Butts no longer being here and Annette and Shannon and Marquita charges. Roz said that part, Mocha. Let me know. Should their charges be active? Let me know. Spicy want to know, will NaZiyah ever get her complete justice? I pray to God that baby does. I pray to God that baby does. Y'all in the chat. I see y'all in the clouds. I see y'all in the bushes. Y'all may not like Mocha, but y'all here for the content. It ain't going to hurt you to hit the like button. It ain't going to hurt you to hit the like button. It ain't going to hurt you to hit the like button. Shannon and Marquita, y'all pathetic. I'm Covered said he wanted that baby gone. Drag Racing said, so why was Annette sitting there reading that bullshit like she was about to die? She had them practice it. She hadn't practiced it. She hadn't got that letter in the mail, Spicy, and they hadn't sent her that shit, and she had been sitting there playing with it a whole week before she even got to court. They told her what to say. They told her what to say. Absolutely, Sunshine. Annette had on the whole show, trying to throw everybody off. Spicy want to know, will Annette and a skunk, goddamn skunk meat twin daughters ever be arrested for the part they played in the Naziah's disappearance? I pray to God. I pray to God Annette get arrested. Shannon get arrested. Marquita get arrested. They all need to be arrested. And it's a goddamn shame for the prosecutor to sit up there and coach these hoes on what to say. It's a damn shame, Miss Antoinette. I see you, love. It's a damn shame that they coach these dirty hoes on what to say. They weren't scared of Jarvis. And I know goddamn well the prosecutor saw the video of Annette breaking her foot, her arm, her toes, walking over children to get to Jarvis Butts at the birthday party, telling Jarvis Butts, you're family, and it's time you start acting like it. So who never came in your house, Annette? Who never drove in your driveway, Annette? Make this shit make sense. Make it make sense. Chandra said, Mocha, do you think Jarvis taking himself out was part of the deal, girl? No. And he didn't take himself out. He's still here. Tanya said, Mocha, it's a whole lot. We don't know. He got played. He played checkers with his life when he should have been playing chess. Absolutely. But look. Hey, Veronica, welcome, my love. Listen. He played chess. He made him think he was playing checkers. Because I'm telling you, Jarvisa is somewhere with his legs crossed, talking shit. Absolutely he is. Absolutely he is. Because I ain't crazy. And I know y'all ain't crazy. And like I said, if he's gone, they're going to have to prove it. Show me a body. If there's a cremation, don't believe he's gone. If there's no public viewing, don't believe he's gone. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Cornell says since Nazia was with Shannon all that time, that means Annette committed welfare fraud. Annette is a whole roach in these streets. She's a whole roach in these streets. She's been a roach for a long, long time. And this was maybe one of her first instances where she had to face the judge. But they said that in the past, her mama had the judge, the jury, the prosecutors, the police department, the everybody, the mama had them all under her belt. So what is really going on, Detroit? Annette mama had that much control, that much power. And now you mean to tell me Annette walking the same tightrope? Jessica says, yes, Jarvis was set up. Annette agreed for Jarvis to get 35 to 60 years in prison and that plea deal. Absolutely, Jessica. She had to agree. And my thing is, how do you bargain your granddaughter / daughter since you adopted her? How do you bargain her life? How do you bargain her life? She'll never come back, so you giving Jarvis Butts a chance to come back, ma'am? That's where I call it bullshit. That's where I call it bullshit. Because if Annette didn't know, and Shannon didn't know, and Marquita didn't know what was really going on with Nazia, where Nazia is, there is no way, no fucking way nobody could make me believe she'd have set her ugly ass at that table and had that conversation and agreed to that. No way. No goddamn way. I am covered said she should be charged for not having NaZiyah in her household while getting benefits. Absolutely. I think I'm going to make a complaint about that as well. She got a slew of complaints coming. Janet said it was a setup all along. Absolutely. Abso-damn-lutely. Veronica, welcome. She said it's crazy about that in Clinton Township. It's crazy about that in Clinton Township is that my mother had kicked me out and I had no place to stay. I ended up homeless, but they just told me my cousins stay the same township too. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Hmm. JJ, I see you, my love. Happy Saturday, boo. No nonsense. Welcome, my love. I see y'all. I see y'all up in here. Colonel, they ain't gonna make Annette pay shit back because it seems like the city was a part of everything that Annette done. Sunshine said he didn't care about that baby. They were so jealous of her and Janiyah. Let me tell you how we gonna get to Shannon in a second. We'll get to her in a second. So we know that plea deal, Shannon, Annette, and Marquita benefited because it ain't looking like NaZiyah benefited at all from that plea deal. NaZiyah did not benefit because Annette, Shannon, nor Marquita went in those meetings behind closed doors with NaZiyah's best interest first. And I want to ask you all, how does a grandmother, bitch, how does a grandmother just casually go on through life knowing that that child was in her home and she trained her to do the things that was done to her and she knew about it? How do you sit your ass there and agree to charging somebody else for some shit that you allowed, ma'am? How do you do it? Because something in my heart tells me Annette knows every damn thing that went on in that house. Annette, you set your ass on that stand and you said during cross-examinations, yeah, NaZiyah and I had a decent relationship. We had a good relationship. She could have come to me and talked to me about anything, ever the fuck deadly not. Because how could she come to you and talk to you about anything, you lying, chucky, doll face, wig wearing, thick lip bitch? How can she talk to you about anything and she running the Jarvis butts looking for pads? How can she talk to you about anything? And Shannon, let me, Mocha, shut the fuck up. Because NaZiyah didn't send that text message to Jarvis. Shannon did. The morning after pill. Shannon, bitch, you go rot. You are going to rot. Because who does that? Who does that? You see, that's why I have a problem with you, Shannon. Because you old enough to have known better. You laid on your back and you had, I said, 3 children. I'm not giving you 5. I'm not giving you 5, you donkey fez wench, because the other 2 children don't belong to you. And anybody that believes that need their ass whipped. Because the paperwork said 2 children of that Shannon went there claiming were very questionable. Now tell me why Detroit never hopped on where are the mothers for those 2 children. I got a problem with all of this. Detroit is moving crooked. Detroit is moving bad. So how is it that you know that Annette is doing the shit that she's doing? And then she got these ugly ass daughters, Tweedledum and Tweedleduck. You got them coming right behind Annette and doing the same shit? Make it make sense. So why nobody question who those children belong to? Why nobody never brought Shannon up and made her face the goddamn music as to where the mothers of those children are? Why nobody never made Annette, if she don't want to answer to NaZiyah, Lord in heaven knows, I wish I was in Detroit. Because if Annette don't want to answer about NaZiyah whereabouts because the bitch knows. Somebody need to make Annette answer. Somebody need to make Annette answer for the little girls that disappeared on her watch to never be found again. Now you want to play dirty, Annette? We all gonna play dirty. We all gonna play dirty. Answer to where those children are. Because something ain't right. Family members, y'all pushing to get her arrested. Okay, I get it. I stand behind y'all 110%. Lord in heaven knows I do. But since she playing dirty, she's being lowballed. Let's play lowball. Make her answer to where the rest of the disappearances are. And if they got to expose others, expose them. Because this is sad. Why leave the monster being a monster? Y'all think it's all going to end because Jarvis is so say gone? Jarvis ain't going nowhere. You got to call it for what the fuck it is. Janice says it's not over yet. Shannon and Annette and Marquita now have to face Judge Sabri abso-damn-lutely to get them children back, and they're not. How the hell y'all sit up there and label that child? She ran away. She was fast. Nah, bitch. Y'all trained those children to be everything that they turned out to be. Everything that these children are, that's what y'all made them. Now y'all got a word for them? Y'all the problem. Brittany said all three benefited from that plea deal. But I believe the story is finna unfold. What they tried to hold secret, and NaZiyah will fully get justice. Brittany, I pray to God. I pray to God. Annette ass went to sleep, Belinda. She went to sleep. Went to sleep. Absolutely, Star. It's easy to go to sleep when you don't give two fucks. Deborah Crosby, welcome, my love. We stayed up, but she went to sleep. Ariane said she did the same thing to Bari when he ran away, still getting funds. Annette, you received all this money from these children, right? But what did it do for you in the long run? Because you're still looking the way you're looking. You around here buying them Shaka Khan reject ass wigs, something that you done found in the thrift store, bitch. You around here and being a hoarder, not a hoarder. You what you call that? See, shit, Moca, what a word that girl? What a word. You around here moving into homes that don't belong to you, and that who does that? Who does that? A squatter, that's it. That's what you're doing. So what are you benefiting from that? Because bitch Shaka Khan said not on our watch. Kim says because Annette knew exactly what happened to NaZiyah. Hell yes, I believe that with everything that's in me. And you know what's sad? I wish everybody else believed that, because it's giving. It's showing, and it's been showing since all this shit took place. Annette knows everything that happened to Nazia. And as quiet as it's kept, everybody emotions are all over the place. But if you pray to God, let me tell you something, and let him answer you. Give it to him and leave it there. He will give you visions and signs. Wait on it. And then you're going to feel like I feel. Annette knows everything. Annette knows where Nazia is. Annette knows how she got where she is. And that's why Annette, Shannon, and Marquita threatened Big Perm. They wanted Big Perm to shut the fuck up, because Big Perm was telling it. Big Perm was telling the story. Big Perm tried to put that shit on Lady like it was a drug deal went bad. But them $7,000, and I believe Big Perm fugabooed the numbers. I do believe Big Perm fugabooed the numbers. I don't believe it was no $7,000. It probably was more. But that money Big Perm was talking about told a story. I don't believe he lied on that part. And the minute he came out and said the money that exchanged hands, Shannon, Marquita, and Annette threatened the hell out of him. And the next day when he came out here, he couldn't say much. The only thing Big Perm could have said was, she's so close, yet so far. So Annette, who you think you're fooling? Who you think you're fooling? Absolutely the House of Horror. And it's a shame for the prosecution to play that same game, the courts to play that same game. And you know, Kim Worthy had to prove all of this. I hope y'all know that. How the fuck you coach people to sit in court to say what they're supposed to say? That's a dirty, nasty ass game there. Tony, my girl, welcome, boo. Marty said time is the master. Karma don't have a statute of limitations, so keep your glasses close, Annette. Make sure you see what karma will bring y'all slug, slime, vipers. God damn, Marty. Jessica says Nazia is Annette's biological granddaughter. She's lying. Nazia wasn't adopted. She had full custody to raise Nazia and other children. Brittany, that was the most unbelievable script ever. Ever. You hear me? That's crazy. Spicy says, how's it possible that if Nazia never came home, it don't bother you enough that you could go to sleep and say you would take care of it the next day? That's a damn shame. That's who she is. That's who she is. She went to sleep. She went to sleep. And I'm going to tell you, and that's just my opinion, allegedly. When she backed up out of her yard at 3 o'clock, and we're going to take that January 9th date and throw that bitch out the window, because January 9th is non-existent. Annette knows it. Jarvis knew it. And I believe Jarvis told it. And I believe when Jarvis told him no, January 9th was not the date, I believe that's what sparked Annette's fuel. I believe that's what set her on fire. because Annette, Shannon, Marquita, they all know that January 9th did not exist. Everybody that stood on that stand in the name of giving testimony, they were all bullshit. All liars. All actors. And if you don't believe that they were all actors, look at what the end result in this whole fucking trial was. There was no trial. Nobody had to testify. So you just wasted all these people's time. Stop that shit, Detroit. Stop that shit, Detroit. Cornell, I see you, but we ain't finished with Larry ass. Larry ass is on the docket too. Star say I still try to figure it out. How was Annette, Shannon, and She-Man the victims? That part. How the hell you get them to write victim impact statements or pretend to be the victims when they were the goddamn villains? They were the one that set this child up for failure. But y'all sitting up there and y'all want them to be victims? Get the fuck up out of here. I'm Covered said they were definitely going to set Lady up too. Oh, they were going to set her ass up. Hey, Dorothy Ann, welcome, boo. Rhapsody, be careful, boo. I see you say you was driving. Jessica said it was way off. Justice was not served. Justice was not served. And I hate to see people chanting and parading. Oh, justice ain't fucking served. No, it ain't. Delta Blue, welcome, my love. How can Shannon still be living in Detroit? Look, it ain't even about her living in Detroit. How can Shannon? The real question, how could Shannon still be walking? That's the question. That's the damn question. That's the question. Star says no. She-Man told her baby that she should have never went with him. He's not her daddy. It's the lies. It ain't that her baby should have never went with him. Bitch, you sent her. You sent her. So now you blaming your child after the fact. If these sour hoes don't sit the hell down. Yo, Shannon ain't going to Florida. Shannon ain't going nowhere. Please. No, Shannon ain't going nowhere. Shannon homeless. Shannon ain't got no job. Who is Shannon going to Florida? How is Shannon going to get to Florida? And who did Shannon tell that she was going to Florida? Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense. We can't repeat everything that we hear without sitting there and making it make sense first. How can a broke bitch go to Florida? An unemployed one too. How can she go to Florida? But so you see how you got to make it make sense? How could Shannon go to Florida, but yet Shannon is taking classes, so say, to get her children back? Now you see how them two don't go hand in hand? You see how that shit don't go hand in hand? Kim said Shannon also lied, saying she was 19 when she met Jarvis and that she had 5 kids. That bitch lied, Kim. She lied. She lied. Absolutely. Ross, where'd he go? Who else go tolerate them? That part. Oh, the chat is on fire and I love it. Miss Jackson, I see you, boo. My girl said, oh, they ever gonna unseal? Are they ever gonna unseal those 2 DNA tests that have done with those possible children? Miss Jackson, that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Carla Henry, hey, baby, I didn't see you in the chat. Hope all is well, my love. Delta Blue, I'm with you, my girl. Delta Blue said, hell, the whole country know who Shannon is. That bitch go have to move to Moscow. She better get ready. I'm covered. Worthless is on the docket. She needs to go too. Belinda said, I'm so proud of all y'all in this chat. Listen, Belinda, we got the best chat, girl. Kim said the prosecutor, DPD, Kim Worthless, they all need to be held accountable because they haven't held the three monsters accountable. No, they haven't. They haven't. Annette, where is NaZiyah? Shannon, where's NaZiyah? Marcus, where's NaZiyah? Star Worthless did say there will be more arrests, but we ain't heard from Worthless since. Yakia, hey boo. Becca, I see you, my love. This is crazy. They were neglectful as hell. Frank, oh Lord, the girl ex. Look, we go. You see him? That you see the auto shop. When you see the toilet tissue man, we're gonna give the toilet tissue man a new name. This is what I don't want. I don't want us to put his name in my chat. I don't want us to put his name in my chat because y'all conversations, the name calling that shit there, that's being screenshotted. So we don't want to bring no problems on the porch if we don't need no problems. So like we have names for everybody else, we're going to have to, come up with something, we have to come up with something for that. We just not going to put his name in a chat like that. We protecting me and we protecting y'all. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Because now, no. And I understand everybody's full of emotions. Me too. Emotions on 10. Emotions on 10. But we have to be mindful, how we call people names out. We got to be mindful. Belinda want to know where's NaZiyah's brother. He there. He's there. What he got going on? I don't know. Damn, they asked Florentino, where's NaZiyah? Kim said all of them should have been locked up when Jarvis got locked up. They were the one that put the kids in harm's way. Absolutely. Spicy said lying and saying Jarvis didn't come inside her house when we saw her damn near jump in his lap at that boo, almost left that wig on the goddamn floor. Ron says child abuse, negligence, child endangerment, accomplice to redrum. Roz, absolutely. I'm telling you, this Holden got a rack of charges, and you mean to tell me these people sitting their ass up here and letting Annette get away with this? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Brittany said, I believe they were hoping Jarvis didn't get caught too soon. It's a possibility. Damn. I am covered asking the whole goddamn family, where's NaZiyah? Ariane, absolutely, she knows. She knows. And Annette has been running. Lisa, hey, baby, happy Saturday to you. Annette has been running since this shit has started. and she has not answered to a damn thing. Cornell, I know you lie. Let me highlight this. Cornell, I know you is lying to me. Boy, Cornell, shit. Look. Let me take a sip on that. I know fucking well you lying to me. Cornell. Oh, Cornell. I ain't saying shit right now. Cornell, I just want you to type in my chat and say, Mocha, I fucked up. I'm lying. Please tell me you're lying. Laria Boo, thank you so much for the cash app, boo. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, Cornell, you know I got a question that's going to come behind that. Chat, do y'all see what I got on this screen? Chat, I need y'all. Cornell, you telling me you saw it, baby? You telling me, didn't you see? I swear. Cornell, baby. But I need the chat to chime in on this one. Now, chat, y'all know Mocha could take this shit to hell and back. But I'm going to depend on y'all in this moment. I'm going to depend on y'all in this very moment. I want y'all to read that. And I want y'all to tell me. I want y'all to tell me. How do y'all see that? I'm reading some of the comments, but that ain't where Mocha is on that, because I want to know how they know that. That's what I want to know. How do you know that? I'm going to be quiet for a second. I swear to God I am. Because I want to know how they know that. Unbelievable. Undamn believable. But it's like I said, I've always said, and I will continue to fucking say, a lot of people knows way more. Way more. Deborah Crosby, that part. Now everybody seems to know too much when they were not close. Make it make sense. Oh, baby. Tony, you understand? Whew. Baby, that's a conversation for another day. That's some shit right there. So if that's factual, if that shit is factual, right? And you know that to be a fact. And if you know this shit to be a fact, ma'am, all I'm going to say is this. Why the fuck you didn't report it? Why not report it? Because that's a fucking charge in itself. If y'all really want justice for this baby girl, and she deserves justice, Lord in heaven knows she does. If y'all really want justice for this baby girl, and that came out of your mouth, and you know that to be a fact, Annette could be hanging from a tree by the foot and that wig sweeping the ground. Make it make sense. Too many of y'all are too deep in this shit. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And my biggest thing is, if it ain't true, why? Why bring it to the light now? This is sad. This is horrible. Oh no, Colonel, I don't go over there, baby. I don't go over there. Absolutely, I'm covered. The church needs to also answer. Need to also answer. Where's fucking NaZiyah? My girl, Dayana, welcome, boo. Welcome. Man, I done heard it all. You hear me? Ooh, child. Miss Jackson, she want to know why. See, boo, this lady is invested. This lady is deep in this. Her name is all over the place in all the wrong ways. You know, if I'm not a part of something, if I'm not involved in the bullshit, right? There's no reason why my name should keep coming up in the mix of the bullshit. If my name keep coming up in the bullshit, I'm part of the shit. That's it, and that's all. That's all I could say on that shit. Fuck that. Kim says they weren't charged because they knew Kim worthless. Kim worthless need to be locked up for not holding them accountable. That is a conflict of interest, lady. She don't care. And that's right, Miss Jackson. How the hell they get the phone and the tablet? Man, this shit is sad. This child. Oh, Lord. Absolutely. Uncovered. They know. They know. They know. And I'm going to get all y'all comments tonight. I ain't passing none of them motherfuckers up. All we want to know is where's NaZiyah? I don't give a damn about none of them. We just want to know where's NaZiyah. Simone said, is this why they were around here saying they had immunity? Something had to have been said. But listen, Simone, now it's making sense, right? They went behind the tables. They copped the plea. That's what the motherfuckers did. They went behind the tables. They copped the plea. Roxy was the first one to come out here and put out here that they had immunity. So now we got to make it. Now all the little dots are coming together. I mean, am I crazy? All the little dots are coming together because nobody knew they went behind closed doors and copped the plea. How did Bullwinkle and Rocky know that they copped a plea? Because that's the only way you could have came out here and used the word immunity if you knew that they copped a plea, right? Am I wrong? Y'all, please correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct Moca if she's wrong. Because you had to have known something. You had to have been there. You had to have been a part of the conversation or there with them. Oh my Jesus. Who does that? Wow. So she didn't just come out here saying that they had immunity for nothing. She didn't just come out here saying that for nothing. She knew. Kim, we didn't have to see it in black and white. Let's backtrack. We didn't have to see it in black and white. Look, now that we know they done cop the plea behind the tables, it's all coming out now. Although we didn't see it in black and white, Bullwinkle and Rocky knew it beforehand. They knew it beforehand, and they was dropping gems, and nobody was picking the fuck up on them. We were questioning what she said. We were questioning where she got it from. Now we know firsthand. These motherfuckers know more than they've ever said. Jesus. Lisa said, where's NaZiyah's memorial service, Annette? She don't, Lisa, because she know where she is. She know where she is. Again, I'm going to say what I said in my live stream 2 days ago, or when this shit, maybe last night. There's a reason. I want you all to understand. And a lot of people may not agree with me, and that's okay. But this is how I feel. These are my beliefs, and this is my thought. Right? There's a reason. There's a reason why NaZiyah has not been found in 2 years, 2 months, and now we're at the 21st day. There's a reason also why Jarvis Butts supposedly, mysteriously unalived himself. Don't never let go of those thoughts. Because this shit ain't coincidental. It ain't coincidental. Now, if y'all follow the play as it's been unfolded, it's going to tell a story that a lot of people may not be able to comprehend. It's a game. It's a fucking game. Belinda said they all knew NaZiyah was pregnant again, allegedly. Belinda, that's the second time I'd heard that again. I want to talk about that. I'm kind of off from where I was, but I want to talk about that. This is like the second, third, fourth time I've heard NaZiyah being pregnant again, right? So let's address the elephant in the room, because we got to make it make sense. If NaZiyah was really pregnant for Jarvis Butts once before, right? If she was pregnant for Jarvis Butts once before, and the word on the street is the baby is somewhere was put up for adoption or whatever. That's the word on the curb, which is sad. Which is sad, in my opinion. Because that meant that child must have was what, 10, 11, 12 when she 11, because I mean when she disappeared, she was 13. So what they're saying, she had a baby at 10? This is crazy to me. But what makes it even more crazy is this. If she could have had a baby, I hate what they're doing to her, right? If she had a baby at 10, and it's so say, put it up for adoption, this fucking shit is crazy, right? Why? And that baby that she supposedly had at 10 was for Jarvis Butts. So why would Jarvis Butts want to unalive her for being pregnant a second time? That's all I want to fucking know. That's, look. Now, this shit is sending me someplace I don't want to go. This shit gotta make sense. How the fuck can this child supposedly be pregnant for Jarvis Butts at the age of 10? Baby went up for adoption, yada, 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 yada. And she was still living her best life with Jarvis Butts because Shannon, Annette, and Marquita was allowing it. So you mean to tell me when she gets pregnant a second time? Oh, it's worthy. It's enough for me to unalive. But man, miss me with that bullshit. And it's a shame for who's ever putting this shit on this goddamn child. It's a damn shame. The fuck? Nobody Nobody. Absolutely, Belinda. I'm aware she went to the hospital, right? But who says she went to the hospital because she was with child? We knew. Woosa. We knew Monster Butts was infected. We knew that. We knew he was a walking ABC, whatever vending machine. He was a whole candy machine. He had it all. M&M, Snickers, Skittles, you name it, Starburst, he had it all. Who knows if that was not the reason for her seeking medical attention? This man was a walking vending machine. So who knows if that was not that child's reason for having these visits to the hospital? Whew, child. Whew, child. Let me move my ass on before I be here raising up my fucking blood pressure. Son of a bitch. Absolutely, I'm covered. They know. They came up with the plan and they the ones turned on Jarvis. Absolutely. Absolutely. Belinda said, no, she couldn't visit Jarvis in jail. She couldn't visit Jarvis in jail. They didn't want her there. Janice said it was overlaid for the underplay. Janice, you clocking it. And Shannon and Marquita was tearing down the missing signs. They were putting them up and they were tearing them down. Yep, they should be getting all Jarvis charges. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm reading all y'all comments tonight. All of them. Arlene said their judgment day will come to all that was involved in this. Arlene, it ain't coming fast enough. I swear it ain't. Brittany said charges should be active. I believe those three orchestrated it, and then Jarvis was the scapegoat. He was definitely the scapegoat, boo. I said that from day one, Britt. From day one, I said Jarvis was the fall guy. I said it. I'm covered said they made it seem like Jarvis had them terrified, and they thought Jarvis would expose the enterprise. That part, my girl, Miss Antoinette. Work her now. However the judge feels about Kim Worthless, she'll never tell. That lady got a job to keep and a reputation to protect. They all, Tanya, they all need to be arrested. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ariane, that's what Annette said. Jarvis was her family. Hey, Erica Kane, welcome, my love. Cynthia Harmon, the judge, really knew that Judge Sabri knew they were lying. Antoinette said, Mocha, I told you months ago that Jarvis was going to end up somewhere with a new identity. This is a big cover-up. Girl. We said it. Right here we said it. But who ever thought it would have ended this way, this soon? Star says, I believe they told them it'll look good if they write victim statements, but they failed to realize them dust buckets weren't the victim. They just wanted to feel like they had a case. Spicy crazy. Spicy said, thank you, Mocha, for being unfiltered when you be reading their ass because they need it. Shit. I'm sick of these people. Lisa, I'm telling you, my girl is gone. They know where she is. Cynthia Harmon said, Mocha, money, 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 money talk, bullshit walk all day long. Tanya, definitely. He got some get back. They don't understand that. The Great Escape, absolutely. I'm telling you, it's all a play. Look, Dr. J laughing at me. Dr. J laughing because I call Annette a roach. That bitch a roach. You hear me? Spicy said, Mocha, my husband believe he's in protective custody. Spicy, tell your husband he's onto something. He's on to something. He's definitely on to something. Gloria, you want to know why is Detroit covering for that family? Gloria, that's what we all want to know, Gloria. Why that family? What is it about that family to whereas this hoe don't do no wrong and all the children pay the price? I want to know. Ariane said we need to see his body with DNA attached to it. That's why Shannon is trying. Oh, let me leave that alone because Shannon ain't going nowhere. Shannon ain't going nowhere. And let me actually, let me just say something. Let me say something. Right? And I gotta say it. I just gotta say it. Y'all could run all through these YouTube streets. Watch what y'all want. Watch who y'all want. Go where y'all want. Mocha really don't care. I really don't. I really, really don't. The only thing I ask, the only thing that I ask is when you come sit on the porch with Mocha, don't bring that bullshit here. Because to repeat to Mocha what a medium said, that's bullshit, right? And I'm calling it bullshit. Because that's a gift of gab. Everybody is not just like a preacher. Some are called to preach. Some are sent to preach. Some just went and some of them just showed the fuck up because the money was there. So you got to use discernment. And you got to know who is certified and who ain't. Now, all these theories coming out here, this is going on with Nazia. Nazia is there. Nazia is here. Well, hold the fuck up. Hey, kitty, welcome, boo. Y'all got these mediums telling y'all. Because first the word on the curb was Nazia was cut up like a whole chicken and throw it all across the place. Don't bring that shit in here. Then she was buried under some shit. Don't bring that here. Now shit is coming to a head. And I'm hearing shit like, oh, Shannon going to Florida. Don't bring that shit here. Shannon a broke bitch. Shannon can't go no fucking well. How Shannon going to Florida? And Shannon supposedly in class trying to get her children back. Shannon is a hot commodity right now. Make it make sense. Shannon ain't going no fucking well. So whatever y'all hear over there, leave that shit there. Please leave it there. Because the only thing I say about all of that shit, if they knew where Nazia was, and that was truly their gift, if that was truly their gift, we wouldn't be sitting here today. We wouldn't be sitting here today. Did y'all not see? Let me show you how this shit works. There's a TikToker right now called herself a medium, taking people's money for readings. Fucked up that woman's whole life. And then took her to court. Took her to court. Now she has to pay all these thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars back to this woman. So now you're supposed to be a medium. Supposed to be a medium. The judge said, fuck you, bitch. Pay this lady her money. Now she running for her life. Now she running out of country. Y'all better leave them people alone. Y'all better leave them people alone. If y'all don't know Jesus, y'all better open up your book and find him. Because he never was lost. But playing with the people, y'all all gonna be lost walking on the top of y'all goddamn heads thinking that's your foot. Damn, Moca. Damn. Ooh, child. Oh, Lord. Delta Blue, girl, something is definitely wrong in the city of Detroit. Absolutely, sis. She got to pay $10 million. Now she in Thailand. Man, cut that shit out. Oh, no. Y'all crazy. Kamisha, I see you, boo. Virgo White said, I just checked Otis. Usually, they put the inmate deceased if they died in custody. The charges now says discharge. It's saying he's a probationer. I smell bullshit. Virgo White, I said that yesterday. Virgo White. But also, it said his discharge date was March 2026. Chad, make this shit make sense. Make it make sense. Now, we ain't crazy and we ain't slow. So what kind of fucking con game is Detroit playing? Virgo White said, I just checked Otis. Now, y'all can check Otis your damn self. I just checked Otis. And we know usually a deceased inmate, if they died in custody, they put deceased. The charges now says discharged. It's saying he's a probationer. Now, I've come to understand that Detroit, the state of Michigan, has a different way of processing shit than other states. But this can't be real. This can't be real. This cannot be real. I ain't playing in my fucking face. Can you? Did we not call it? Did we not call it? Somebody, anybody. Virgo White, I believe you because I went there yesterday. Somebody, anybody in this chat, take a moment. Go to Otis and come back and tell me what you find. Because I don't want y'all to believe what we saying in here. But I know I ain't crazy. I seen what I saw. I saw what I saw. And all we want to know, where's Nazia? Janet says Javisha was the fish that got caught up in Annette's wicked trap. Hell yeah. Hell to the yes. Deborah Crosby said they called them people in to say a statement just to see how they would react. And sure enough, they acted out like they had something to hide. It was visible, plainly visible. Plainly visible. This is crazy. Absolutely, Carla Henry. Many are called, but very few are chosen. Shit. But we still want to know, where's NaZiyah? Kamisha says, my girl said worthless. Come on, get off your ass. That's what it says. I'm covered. That's what I saw yesterday. Probation. Ooh, child. Mocha, you said it, girl. Mocha, girl, you said that. Ariane said, I'm sick of all their games. Look at that. Samantha says, Uncovered says, it says probation, maximum date, February 7th, 2027. Carla Henry said, we got to play detective so we can find out where NaZiyah Harris is so her and the children can get complete justice. Also says active offender. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So if you done passed the fuck away, why are you on probation? Why are you an active offender? Because now paperwork gets updated all throughout the day. All throughout the day. Don't take our word for it. Thank you, sis. Don't take our word for it. Active offender. February 7th. Oh, you're on probation till February 7th, 2027. Come on, Jarvis, baby. And that data, thank you. And I'm looking at it too. And it was updated this morning at 4:49 a.m. Woo, child. Woo, child. And again, I will say, there's a reason, God damn it. Why it's been 2 years, 2 months, and 20 plus days that NaZiyah has not been found. Now, y'all make it make sense, because I already have. Michigan State is full of shit, sis. Absolutely. Kamisha said, workers, get off your ass and do the right thing instead of making this man family believe he dead. And while you at it, Worthy, walk yourself in a jail cell. But let me tell you something. They ain't making that family believe nothing. Somebody in that family getting a kickback. Money talks, bullshit walk. Everybody gonna get a piece of the pie to stay the fuck quiet. Why would they say anything? Why would they come out in the public and express grief and all this good shit when they didn't have that type of relationship? The brother said it best. We don't fuck with him. The brother said it best. My oldest brother wanted to get rid of him. The sister said it too. We don't deal with him. Nobody wanted their children around him. I'm only repeating what they said. I'm only repeating what they said. Child, this is too much. Hey, Miss Miracle's mom. She said it's going to be something if they have. Girl, let me highlight that. Girl, let me highlight that. Miss Miracle's mom says it's going to be something if they have Jarvis hidden while they get ready to arrest Shan and Ann, and he becomes the one who puts them away. I smell a rat. Me too. Me too. Me too. Deborah Crosby says Shannon ain't going nowhere. Ain't no flight. The airport is so crowded. Oh, girl. Uh-uh. 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 I done got caught up in all y'all damn comments. Child. 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 They on the city playing too much playing going on, but we supposed to be slow. Simone said it sure do. It happened like this with my cousin. It happened like this with my cousin, she said. Roz, my girl, thank you for always supporting the channel, boo. Baby. Carla Henry said we gotta play detective. Carla, we gotta play detective, boo. We gotta. It's a lot of bullshit with this case, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Oh, yes, God is definitely going to show up. And when he show up, you better know he's going to show out. He's definitely going to show out. Oh, get ready. In my big TG Jakes voice. The big TG Jakes, not the little one. Not the little one. Hey, Rosalind, welcome to the chat, boo. Rosalind said, Mocha, you said it. You said it. And you were right. They let him go. He not unalive. He's somewhere with Nazia. Let's see. Marty, let's see what you're saying. Yep, Nazia definitely matters to us. Gigi says, hey, Gigi, welcome to the chat, boo. Gigi said, my cousin died while in custody for unaliving. When this happens, it says no such inmate. Their file is archived. That's what I thought too, Gigi. That's exactly what I thought. Hey, Francie Lovett, welcome. Jarvis is dead. And how he died doesn't bring us no closer to Nazia. But y'all got to understand, his kids see the stuff y'all saying. But you know, and I get that, right? My heart goes out to his children. My heart goes out to Jarvis's children. Really, really it does. Really it does. They weren't given an opportunity to understand nor see what was going on. Right? Right? So my thing is this. Here we're very observant. Very, very observant. And what Mocha's not going to do. Mocha's not going to ignore what's in her face. And it's right there. It's right there. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But I have all the utmost respect for Jarvis's children. I really do. And my heart goes out to them for even having to go through any of this. Any of this. But you're going to call out the injustices as you see it. You're going to call out the plays as they're being shown. I've never been one to shut the fuck up. Never. Not when it's right there. Tanya says, I love being on the porch because we stand on business over here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Virgo said, I just tapped back in. I had to screenshot that shit before they deleted. We got it. We got it. Carla Henry, Carla Henry, you know what? That's what I thought too. That could be Shannon. Shannon better find something safe to do instead of playing with me. Girl, you better go get all your little jingle bells and cocktails ready because your ass getting ready to take a trip. A trip. Gigi said, Moca, send a piece of mail over there. You'll see what they say when it's returned. They stamp it. Why isn't it deliverable? Baby. But anyway, Deborah Crosby said, let's be real, people. Those kids are in protective services. They are not going to tell them kids about their dad. Not now. But he has some older kids, Deborah Crosby. He has some older kids, you know. And we're not disrespecting those kids. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, at a time like this, let me just say this. At a time like this, they shouldn't even be on social media. You know, why be on social media? You know, me personally, my heart goes out to Jarvis Dead's children. You know, yes, it does. But they cannot walk around and hold the burden for who their daddy is. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But let me finish with my commentary. Of course they know. Francis said, do y'all really think his kids don't know? They go to school and it was posted everywhere. Of course they know. Everybody feels sorry for those kids. Tanya said those kids have a long road ahead of them. We sympathize for all the kids. If they're watching this, shame on them. Then they see the lies going around. We don't get down like that. Absolutely. Deborah Crosby said the older ones know just what we know. And that's it and that's all. So the plea deal, let's get back to the plea deal. Let's get back to where we were because I done got through all the comments. So who y'all think really benefited the most from that plea deal? Y'all think Shannon, Annette, and Marquita benefited more? Drop some rats in the chat. Because that's what they are. There was a rat snitching on Jarvis. There was a rat when it came to Nazia. Drop some rats in the chat. Because Annette ain't shit. And she done proved that over and over and over again. Annette, Shannon, Marquita, all y'all was under one roof. Y'all were responsible for this child. Y'all were the ones responsible for Nazia. Y'all knew things. Y'all knew what y'all should have done. If y'all felt something wasn't right, y'all should have acted on that shit versus participating in that shit and encouraging that shit. And since y'all chose to ignore the signs, y'all chose, look at all the rats up in here. Y'all chose to ignore the signs, the danger. Let me tell you hoes something. Y'all straight up failed to protect her. Y'all chose to not protect her. Y'all chose. Because you see, it ain't normal for people to start cooperating. Hey, Meryl, welcome, baby. It ain't normal for people to start cooperating behind the scenes when deals start getting made, when testimonies get discussed behind closed doors. A lot of times it ain't just about telling the truth. The majority of the times when you go behind closed doors and do bullshit like that, it's about saving your own ass. And that's what the hell Annette done. That's what the hell Shannon done. That's what the hell Marquita done. They went behind closed doors to save their own ass. So was Annette and Shannon and Marquita, were they in a position where they could have been facing serious charges? Hell yeah. For how they handled, or should I say failed to handle, Naziah's well-being, her safety. Hell yeah. They were in a position to face serious charges. And that plea deal started looking more than just justice to them. It started looking like, that plea deal to them started looking like protection, y'all. Started looking like protection. Because if we really going to talk about the case, again, like I said earlier, we can't eliminate them hoes because they were the problem. Nazia was in danger from the time she hit Annette's door. She was being exposed to grown ass men and grown ass mess. She was around stuff that they should have never allowed her to be around. And at the end of the day, you grown hoes got to answer for that. And I don't want to hear maybe they didn't know, or they was confused, or they didn't understand, or didn't know what was going on, because that's the story of Annette's life. Everything is, I don't fucking know. I don't recall. It never happened. Nah, bitch, stop that. Because that wasn't real. All that may be to you, you use it for so freely. We started accepting it as negligence. Straight up bullshit to me. You ain't want to know. You ain't want to look. You ain't want to deal with it. Because if you dealt with it, then you know it would have been problems for you. You didn't want to deal with it because it would have cut your pocket short. You didn't want to deal with it because somehow in a way you was benefiting too. And that's why I keep talking about it, because if Annette and Shannon and Marquita was looking at things like child neglect, child endangerment, perjury, child abuse, then now this is a whole different ball game. Y'all the motherfuckers that needed shit tied up and wrapped like a package. Y'all was the ones that needed this shit not to go to trial, not Jarvis. Y'all was the one that needed them testimonies from those other witnesses not to be heard, not Jarvis. Y'all was the one that needed that. Because when there ain't no trial, ain't nobody got to sit on that stand and get grilled. Timelines ain't got to show up. Nobody got to explain what they knew, when they knew it, and why they didn't do shit about it. And that's where the smoke is. It's all on the net. Shannon and Marquita. That trial would have made some people answer some real ugly questions, and Annette wig would have flew off because she would have had to be truthful. It would have dragged some things out that did not want the world to know. So we still want to know what they was trying to avoid. Tony said, why haven't Kim Wortley's brought her silverback looking ass to the damn podium yet? Because this shit is still not adding up. The higher ups need to get rid of her real fast. Well, we can't control that. We can't control that. And as we recognize, we have not seen nor heard from her since Thursday. Tanya said they made it about them. They didn't give her a rat's ass about NaZiyah, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Gigi said all three of them had 5K letters, cooperating letters. Absolutely. Absolutely. Marty said, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. God above, and he always delivers. Marty, you better know it. Gloria says, I went to Otis, and it says discharge date 3/26/26. Offender discharged. That's what it says. Carla Henry said he was not a man. He was definitely a demon. Facts. 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 Janice says, yes, they do. And my heart goes out to him. Everybody feel for his children. But did he feel for him? Fuck all of that. Gigi said the fact that none of the three of them didn't even get charged with child endangerment, nothing tells you that they have 5K cooperation letters. Gigi, that's sad. Nothing but failures all across the board. Because we got to be real about it. Because if NaZiyah didn't come home and Annette still laid her ass down and went to sleep like it was just a regular goddamn night, that shit ain't normal nowhere in society. Where was the protection, Annette? Where was we were so concerned about this. Bitch, you was not concerned. That's failure. You failed her in that moment. So think about all the other moments that the world knew nothing about that she was failed. Then Shannon, oh girl, this is another conversation for another day. Shannon around here telling the people she knew NaZiyah was pregnant, but somehow she thought it was Janiyah. Bitch, what? You can't, Shannon, you can't be that slow. Shannon, did you understood what you said when you said it? You said you knew in November NaZiyah was pregnant, but you thought it was NaZiyah. What you mean? What, girl, what you mean? That's why everybody looking at y'all slow ass the way they looking at y'all. Because now you got a bunch of badass excuses, raggedy ass explanations, and y'all trying to talk y'all fucking way out of being held accountable. I'm sorry, but not damn sorry. Because y'all was supposed to be overseers of NaZiyah. Because when children is in your care, under your watch, your job is to fucking protect them, not assume, not guess. Annette, not go to sleep and not clean it up after the fact. And damn sure not trying to bargain it around it after a fact. Because if y'all had done everything y'all was supposed to do, we wouldn't be here right now. So yeah, I chose to ask all of these questions tonight. Was Annette and Shannon looking at charges of their own, y'all? Were they, do y'all think they were looking at charges of their own? And did that plea deal become the very thing that helped them dodge the fire? Y'all think that plea deal kept their ass out the line of fire? We got to call this thing for what it is. They saved themselves and didn't give a damn about NaZiyah. And if they did it with this trial, they've been doing it their whole life. NaZiyah didn't matter to them. They put themselves in front of her. Y'all put yourselves in front of this child all her life, and y'all left her holding the baggage. Y'all left her dealing in the pain that y'all created. Everybody scrambling to cover their own ass while NaZiyah was never truly the priority. And that's why I said what the hell I said. Nazia was failed all of her life, not just by Jarvis Butts, as y'all want to put it on it. She was failed by Shannon, Annette, Marquita. She was failed by her own goddamn birth mama. She was failed by the people who should have moved heaven and earth for her. She was failed by people who should have sounded the alarms when shit didn't look right, sit right, feel right. They should have protected her first and explained what they did after the fact. Because children are not chess pieces. Annette, it's time you learn this shit. They're not insurance policies, Annette. And they damn sure ain't bargaining tools. They ain't something that you trade around to keep your own hands clean. They ain't something that you use because you need a fucking light bill paid or water bill paid or a new wig, bitch. That's not what you do with children. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is sad. That child did not stand a goddamn chance in that house of horror. And we all seen it. We all have witnessed it. We all have seen it play out in real time right here on this internet. And how the hell can the city of Detroit let these people get away with this shit is beyond me. Annette and Shannon, Marquita, and others knew a whole lot more. And if y'all agree with me that so many more people knew so much more and chose to stay the fuck quiet along with Shannon, Annette, and Marquita, light this bitch up with some fire, because baby, they're going to hell. They're going to hell, and they're not going to like what's on the other side. Deborah Crosby said maybe them letters they had said you've been served. That's why Annette couldn't shed a tear. Annette wasn't trying to cry because she never had no feelings for that child. I see y'all. I agree with y'all. So many people knew exactly what was going on and chose to stay silent. And that's a shame. Because look at where we are today. We wouldn't be having to have this conversation today. And now they want to get mad because we're saying what the fuck we're saying. I'm going to continue saying what the hell I say. It ain't my fault that I could see, read, and understand. It ain't my fault that I'm not gullible. It ain't my fault that I question shit that don't look right. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. They want to blame everybody. And everybody is to blame. But you got to first start with that family. That family failed her first. Ain't no way that everything we hearing, every damn thing we're seeing, everything that done came out, ain't no way this shit just started overnight. No way. Annette, Shannon, Marquita, they ignored a lot of shit. They turned a blind eye to a lot of shit. And the sad part about it is, y'all know this shit was so small. They allowed something so small, because when it first happened, it would have been shut down. It should have been shut down in that instant. And these nasty hoes let something so small migrate into a big old storm. Big old storm. And now everything is flying everywhere. Everything is being misplaced. And now they're scattering and looking for answers to try to justify the shit that they didn't do. But they ain't going to play in my face. How do you get to a point where a child ain't safe How do you get to a point where things are happening with this child, around this child? She's seeing shit she shouldn't be seeing. And none of you hoes stepped in quick enough to shut this shit down. That shit don't just happen. That shit that y'all wanted to happen. Because at the end of the day, we can't erase the fact that y'all were the one that allowed it. And then when the system did decide to come in, what the people really didn't know was that the system was on y'all fucking side. Now that's where the biggest problem comes in at. The system was on y'all side. So that child didn't have a choice. She didn't stand a chance. Because since when? Since when? Three nasty ass women word is Lord over children that's being abused. The damage has already been done. And they allowed these children to continue being damaged. The system ain't shit. Annette ain't shit. Shannon and Marquita ain't shit. They all knew something. They all saw something. Tanya said they've been getting away with this for years. NaZiyah brought the light to the house of horrors. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And that same light is going to burn that house of horrors down. Janet said they never gave a damn about NaZiyah. All they cared about was money. And look where it got her. Look where it got her. It's that same behavior, that same attitude. She's going to wish she had put a control on it and a stop to it long time ago. And Annette today, if nobody never told you, Annette, let me be the first. You are the problem. Not part of the problem. You are the problem. And I don't give a goddamn how uncomfortable nobody gets by me saying that. Because in a real world, protecting a child is never optional. Never. That's how you get into situations like this. After the fact, you're trying to explain shit, trying to clean it up. And when the truth really is, this shit should have never got here in the first place. So when I say NaZiyah was failed all her life, believe me, I mean that shit from the core. Started at that home. And by the time the system stepped in, it was too late to undo everything that had been allowed. That's why we're sitting here in this very moment wondering, where is NaZiyah? Where is NaZiyah? And that part won't go away. And we may never know where she is, right? But one thing we know for certain, Annette knows where she is. And that's why she needs to be locked up. Maybe within them closed walls, it would get to her. And she would have no choice but to tell the truth. Some people just need a reality check. Tony says, okay, Moca, so is the little girl that got locked up from fighting with NaZiyah, is she home now? Is it time for her parents to sue Shannon big back ass and she needs to tell her story? You know, I always wondered why that little girl never came forward. Everybody was present, but that particular little girl who was initially locked up Why was her story not important? Why was, she not used? And I'm going to tell you why I believe she wasn't. Because whatever was going on with Shannon didn't matter. All they knew, their focus was Detroit focus was nowhere else except for locking Jarvis up. And that's what made them look over every damn thing else. Because they just wanted to lock his ass up. So I'm at the point now where I stop even trying to make it make sense anymore. And I start calling it for what it is. Because too much don't add up. Too many questions are still out here that don't have answers. Too many pieces feel like they was being tucked away, hidden. And we just supposed to sit here. Y'all want us to accept this shit, move on, and call it justice. This is not no justice. Me, I don't live like that. I'm not comfortable with that, will not be comfortable with that, because at the end of the day, nobody still knows where Nazia is. She's missing from this story. She's missing. And that's what everybody keeps skipping the fuck over, because everybody want to talk about the plea deal. I was one, the sentence. Talk about what he did. But what about Annette? What she did? What she did? Where's Nazia, Annette? What happened to her, Annette? Because if we don't have that, then what exactly did we close? If we don't have Nazia, what's really closed, y'all? Because it ain't closure. All it is convenient silence. And that ain't peace. That means everything was buried. They don't want us to talk about it. And I don't deal with shit that they want to wrap up, hide, and shit like that. They feel like they could walk away without answering anything. They feel like they done got to avoid certain questions and they can move forward in their lives without being held accountable. I'm not okay with that. Because when it comes to children and Moca, when it comes to children, there's no gray areas for me. It's either they were protected or the fuck they weren't. From everything that we done talked about from the beginning of time, Nazia was failed. Not just once, but repeatedly. And I don't care. I don't care what people think, say, or feel. Children are not supposed to be bargaining chips. You don't trade your blood for a lighter consequence, Annette. Annette, who taught you that you're supposed to sacrifice children to protect yourself? Who told you that? Did you fail this child on every level? Every level. Over here, we're going to keep speaking on what matters. We're going to keep speaking on what matters. Nazia was failed. She was failed. That child never had a chance. Never had a chance. But guys, we're going to get up out of here. Mocha been on this porch 2 hours, 30 minutes. We're going to get up out of here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for pulling up on this porch tonight. And y'all already know how we do. Keep those notifications set so y'all know when we going live. And we probably be back out here again tomorrow. Want you all to have a good night. God bless. Thank you all for hitting the like button, sharing out the live, supporting the platform. Y'all All we got to do is keep praying. Keep praying. Keep praying. Protect your children. Keep an eye out for your neighbor's children. Sometimes it's good to be in somebody else's business, regardless of what they say. But we're going to get out of here tonight. Y'all, let's flood this chat with some hearts for Nazia. Hearts and prayer hands as we get out of here. Because one thing we've learned over here on this porch, we are a family. We are a family. And we're going to do what needs to be done for these children. God bless each and every one of you. Good night. And I'll see you all soon.
We stand tall, we rise as one. Nola bells, the work ain't done. No. Moca leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care and everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. Team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Moca in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Nola pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the chat gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. Nola bells, the work ain't done. Moca leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care and everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Down in the Nola where the soul don't break. Mocha built the lane where the real ones stay. Ain't no faking the funk, ain't no playing for clout. You bring that mess, we gon' sort that out. But this ain't about drama, it's about love. It's about healing, it's about trust. Every child, every voice, every name in the breeze. We gon' stand for the ones no one else gon' see. So we rise tall, we rise as one. Oh, no, no bells, the work ain't done. Mocha leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care and everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. One mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide. Where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. Nola bells, the work ain't done. Mocha leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care and everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you. We stand with the truth. This is the Nola bells. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Stand tall. Join the family.
Good night, everyone. God bless.